Welcome to Banana Ball. For the next 2 hours, you are going to be entertained like never before. I'm talking a whole lot of singing, a whole lot of dancing, hijinks, and stuff you have never seen before on a live broadcast.
I know. Oh, backflip catch. Unbelievable.
And I will be with you through it all. You will be seeing this game from my perspective, from mic'd up moments out in left field to hanging with teammates in the dugout, and even a Suitcase promotion. Going to be a lot of fun. The limits will be tested. You are not going to want to miss it. Welcome to Banana Land and welcome to the Rack Takeover. Let's go.
From our nation's capital, we bring you Banana Ball live on ESPN2, and it will be a show unlike any you have seen before. It is Game 57 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour, where the Rack Takeover has already begun. While we'll be constantly checking in on Robert Anthony Cruz, the main course is the Savannah Bananas against the Firefighters, as we welcome you inside the booth with Josh Talevsky, Pico Scala. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us here in virtual Banana Land. This will be the 6th battle between these two teams this year. So far, nothing but Bananas domination.
Yeah, they came away with a convincing 4-1 win against the Firefighters last night. They wound up blanking the Firefighters across the last 7 offensive innings, and they now are still trying, the Firefighters at least, to get that first win in a big league park. Meanwhile, on the Banana side of things, they didn't really have an offensively dominant game last night. They're still looking for that first big hit in Nationals Park, and hopefully they can get it from the former Washington Nationals minor leaguer and Banana Ball MVP candidate Robert Anthony Cruz.
Rack had 2 monster hits in Nationals Park last year, and for those who may not be familiar with his story, let's take a journey back, because it was nearly 4 years ago that Robert Anthony Cruz was signed to a contract with the Washington Nationals. He surprised his dad at work with a cap he just bought at Lids that day. Now fast forward 3 days later, or 3 years later rather, Rack was able to recreate the moment and followed it up with a 7th inning walk-off home run. It ended up being one of the most iconic moments on the tour. And now tonight, Rack will be in left field hitting cleanup, and I know he will be looking to create another magical moment for both his family, friends, and most importantly, for Robert Anthony Cruz, his teammates. The young professor finishing up his mighty monologue, getting over 41,000 fans on hand here in Nationals Park, fired up and ready to rumble for Game 57 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. Spoiler alert, Robert Anthony Cruz will be mic'd up throughout a plethora of this broadcast, hitting cleanup and playing left field. Let's see where the rest of this Bananas lineup lines up.
Center fielder number 5, DR the Dot Meadows. At third base, number 4, Kyle KJ Jackson. Batting third, the DH number 19, Dan Oberst. In the cleanup spot, left fielder number 15, we call him Rack, Robert Anthony Cruz. The right fielder number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. He's our glove magician, shortstop number 6, Ryan Cox. At first base, number 11, Correll Pride. Behind the plate, number 3, Eric Jones. The extra hitter, number 18, from Great Falls, Virginia, Danny Hosley. And at second base, number 8, our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. On the mound, number 18, Danny Hosley. Your Savannah Bananas are led by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Byro Byron, Eric Fox, and Reggie Horton.
That's the lineup for the Savannah Bananas. We will
Ladies
have
and
the
gentlemen,
Firefighters
please
lineup
rise and
when we
move.
are back in just 2 minutes' time. First pitch, and Robert Anthony Cruz on the mic after the break.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to Banana Ball live on ESPN2. We come to you from Washington, D.C., Nationals Park, the third Banana Ball game ever to be held in the home of the Washington Nationals. The Firefighters, lifetime in big league parks, now 0-6. All of those defeats coming at the hands of the Nanners. Let's get a look at the Firefighters lineup, served up by Dairy Queen. At the top, Joe Lytle, then Liam Spence and Logan Lacey due to swing it in the first. Cleaning it up is Dalton Cornett. Dakota McFadden, Zachary Bridges, and Mason Maxwell in the middle, with Stephen Cullen, Noah Bridges, and South Trimble rounding it out.
Logan Lacey's the offensive superstar of this Firefighters team, led them a season ago with 2 home runs. But meanwhile, you've got South Trimble, the Virginia Beach native who grew up a Nationals fan, hiding in that 10 hole. He was second on the team in OBP a year ago.
Let's get a gander at the Savannah Bananas defensive alignment. Robert Anthony Cruz in left, D.R. Meadows in center, Reese Alexiadis in right. Third to first in the infield, you see Kyle Jackson, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Carell Prime, while it's Eric Jones Jr. behind the dish.
D.R. Meadows sits 9 trick plays away from becoming the first outfielder to triple digits in Banana Ball history, but it's another back-flipping friend of his, Robert Anthony Cruz, who's already set a new single-season high with those 31 trick plays. 27 of them have been rack flips.
And at the middle of it all, Danny Hosley, 21 for 23 in his trick play attempts. And Danny Do-It-All on the biggest stages. Every time he takes the mound in a big league park, he has been outright dominant.
This is his 5th start of the season. He earned his 6th save of the season last night and now tries to earn his 3rd win against the Firefighters this season. But it's been in these big league ballparks when Hosley has been at his best. Just 9 hits allowed in 16 innings pitched, an ERA below 1. He's averaging 3 outs in 3 minutes and 26 seconds. And all the while, he's got 17 strikeouts on the pitcher's mound.
And as you saw, with video evidence to confirm it last night, a save. Had a 4-1 lead, picked up a couple strikeouts, only allowed an infield single, slammed the door for a 2nd time in his Banana Ball career here in Nats Park. Did the same thing with a 4-3 victory secured last year on July 13th against this Firefighters squad. Now he gets the start on the mound. You think he'll spend some time in right field as well. Let's get it down to the young professor.
about that time. When I count to 3, I need you all to yell out at the top of your lungs, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime!
The 2-hour timer starts ticking. It will only matter if it runs out before we get to the 9th inning. What a mullet. Well, the designated hitter for the Firefighters, Joe Lytle, with the mullet shake, with the mullet-less Vincent Chapman, our home plate umpire. And as Lytle digs in, we welcome into the broadcast Bananas left fielder, Mr. Robert Anthony Cruz.
Oh, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Nice start to the ball game. Ahead 0-1. And Joe Lytle was telling us in the locker room earlier today he's trying to elevate the ball more. So we could have a rack flip, one batter into this ball game. Nearly a foul out to a fan. Rack, how special is it to get to suit up now for a 3rd time here in Nationals Park?
Oh man, words can't describe. It was so cool getting to meet some of the fans before the game who were here for last year. That was, I've said it, one of the most special games I've ever had in my entire life.
Rack
and now
flip!
we get to this rack flip on the broadcast. Oh, you can't make it up.
And they say Banana Ball isn't scripted.
I appreciate you scripting that backflip for me.
Unbelievable. Rack, we talked about it before the show started. You had a triple last year, a walk-off home run. Now you've got 2 backflip catches in this series. What else is on the docket for you? What else must you accomplish in this ballpark?
Oh man, well, I'll tell you what. One thing I want to accomplish is just getting a front row seat to this Danny Hosley dance we're about to witness. The rare 1-2-2.
How about that? First inning, second pitch to the second batter. That's where the 1s and the 2s come from. He brings in Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, and D.R. Meadows to whip out the boogie with him. And now the pitch to Liam Spence. Hot shot into right field. Dancing from the Bananas, a barrel from the Firefighters team leader in batting average, the Australian and former minor leaguer, with an excellent start to his young Banana Ball career. Now Logan Lacey will dig in as a guy who got to, hold that thought. Slow tapper, Cox only has 1 play, he makes it at first. Spence advances to second, 2 down now. And Dalton Cornett will swing it. Racky, as a guy who got to experience 9 days in Sydney, Australia, it's gotta be fun to come back to Banana Land and have the pride of Geelong, Australia, representing the good folks from the land down under on the Firefighters.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man, Australia is a special place, and I gotta say, the company I had with me out there was also quite special.
Holy moly, that's been a long time in the air. The fans were able to snare 2 foul balls for outs last night. It's gotta be a clean catch. Both of those went against the Firefighters. Dalton Cornett picked up a pair of knocks last night. Fastball just misses the outside corner. For those uninitiated to one of the best pitchers in the history of the sport, Danny Hosley, fastball, changeup, curve, and that's going to be a trick play from Correll Prime, leaping barehanded, snagged by Danny Do-It-All. A goose egg in the first, and Robert Anthony Cruz, we will say hi to you in just a little bit. Appreciate the time.
Oh, absolutely, always a pleasure.
Let's get another look at the trick play from Prime and the athleticism on display from Haas.
Yeah, you see the between the legs transition, then Prime, a flip behind the back. It nearly went awry of Danny Hosley, but you just see the athleticism that he possesses, able to play all over the diamond. He spent time, the pitcher's mound, left, right, center, even third.
Nanners flashing the leather in the first. Here's the Firefighters defensive alignment as they try to put up a big goose egg in response. In the outfield, left to right, Cornett, Noah Bridges, and Trimble. Third to first in the infield, Maxwell, Lacey, Spence, and Cullen. Well, it's Zachary Bridges doing the catching.
Well, it's Logan Lacey, who was fantastic last night, had a behind-the-back fielded play at third base for the Firefighters. Now he finds himself at shortstop for the first time in his Banana Ball career.
Let's zoom in on Austin Temple, 1 for 1 in his trick play attempts. The former Houston Astros minor leaguer here in his second year of Banana Ball.
Yeah, very fun to see Austin Temple take the mound tonight for the Firefighters. 0-2 this season, making start number 5. He spent time as a collegiate Banana back in 2018 and 2019, but of course spent time in the Houston Astros minor league system and compiled a 2.70 earned run average across his time with 11.4 strikeouts per 9 innings.
And let's put our attention on the Bananas lineup, served up by Dairy Queen at the top. DR, then KJ and Danny O. Rack cleaning it up, then Super Reese, Coxie, Primetime, EJ in the 8-hole, Danny Do-It-All batting 9th, and rounding it out, it's Jackie.
Well, it's the two sophomore superstars, Robert Anthony Cruz and Reese Alexiadis, who both have seen the ball incredibly well in Major League ballparks this season. They're definitely the two guys to keep an eye out for to possibly go deep in tonight's contest.
With all of that housekeeping out of the way, we've got to turn our attention to the world's slowest race. These toddlers are not supposed to be able to walk, not even stand, but look at this youngster. Breaking the rules. Do love to see some noise control on a rapscallion. Now, this is a very unique technique. Skadoodling. That's not a crawl. That's a little rapscallion rumble. Trying to pull it in. Can you get to pops? Looks like there's a treat to be had if it can happen.
Was this youngster's just hanging out? There was another competitor streaking down the other side. You see, it all of a sudden has become an incredibly tight race. The children not moving, but that rope sure is.
Enough skadoodling to get the victory from the lad in the red shirt and gray shorts. Impressive stuff. I also love the youngster just standing and staring. I think that was a 3rd place trophy in hand for that one. Get a look at the numbers for DR Meadows here in his 3rd World Tour, leading the Bananas with that 362 batting average. Only Jake Skoll on the Party Animals has a higher average on the tour. And it just makes too much sense to have this guy at the top of the lineup. Fly ball into right and moseying on in behind the back. 360 twisting trick play from South Trimble. 1 pitch, 1 out, 1 trick play for the Firefighters.
Well, he was brought onto the squad kind of last minute in their inaugural season, but he can play all over the diamond. And even though he's typically the designated runner, he flashes the leather pretty well in those corner outfield spots.
South out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. A Nationals fan, a little bit more of an Orioles fan, but the folks here in Nats Park don't need to know that. Ball and a strike now on Kyle Jackson. This one smashed deep out to right center. And South, what do you got here? Behind the back again. Impressive stuff. Came into the ballgame with 1 trick play. He's tripled his total already.
And we've already seen in tonight's ballgame 4 trick plays between the Bananas and the Firefighters. 3 of them have come here in the outfield.
Well struck by KJ. Too much launch angle. And now Dan Oberst with 2 outs and nobody aboard. With the chance for the fans. And they put away the 7-year Banana. Clean snag behind the plate. A foul out to a fan, and a very impressive inning for Austin Temple and the Firefighters.
1 minute and 16 seconds for the former Houston Astros minor leaguer. It's the 2nd fastest inning in Firefighters franchise history.
Danny O is perplexed as he heads back to the dugout. An impressive work from both Trimble and the fans. And now coming into pitch for the Bananas, a guy, a 3-year Banana who less than a week ago, well, we'll put it a week on the dot, made his triumphant return, battling through work visa problems. We finally got the proper paperwork. In Banana Land's Big Maple, Ryan Kellogg, guy who spent 7 years in the Chicago Cubs minor league system, is back for outing number 2 here in his 3rd tour.
And he reached AAA with the Iowa Cubs in 2021, nearly made it up to the big leagues, and he has just been incredible since coming over to the Savannah Bananas, a master of the strike zone. He has a ball four sprint rate of just 4.9%. And we saw last season he posted 89 innings on the mound, 2nd most on the Bananas.
So Danny Hosley, a scoreless 1st inning of work. He's replaced by Ryan Kellogg, and we welcome back into the broadcast Robert Anthony Cruz.
What's up, guys? That was kind of quick, huh?
That was one of the crazier 6 outs of banana ball I think we've ever seen. Another opportunity for you. Nice sliding stop with the mic on. Wow. Takes extra bases away from Dakota McFadden. That's a heck of a play, Rack.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Zachary Bridges. Escorting him to the plate, our Deputy Fire Chief, Olu Wafumake Omasare, and Sergeant Brianna Johnson. They are responsible for managing the entire operations of the DC Fire and EMS departments. Fans, please give it up one more time for our firefighters of the night, Olu Wafumake Omasare and Sergeant Brianna Johnson.
One of the coolest parts of the firefighters' existence in banana ball is getting to shout out the true firefighters, the heroes in every community we take this sport to. Now Zachary Bridges, the catcher, will dig in. And that one, swing and a miss. It's going to end up bouncing away from EJ. And Ron Franklin, the designated runner, advances up to second. Rack, can you run us through what's going through your mind as D-Mac lines that into left center?
Yeah, man. Well, I figured Doc would be backing me up. He's always there, and he's always quick. I just wanted to cut it off, make sure he didn't get extra bases. Looks like Ron Franklin ended up on second base anyways, but, you know, figured we'd cut it off anyways.
Well, I think he'd be on third right now, if not for you. That's
There you go.
a big K from Banana Land's Big Maple. His first punch out of the tour. As Bridges retired, and we got another look. Firm fastball right down the chute. Now Mason Maxwell. Franklin was on the move, and that one fielded between the legs. Prime just beats Maxwell to first. As Franklin 90 feet from scoring with 2 outs now. I know you've spent the bulk of your banana ball career in the outfield, but what is the trick play mindset in the times that you have been in the infield?
Yeah, the times I've been in the infield, I just go with the bread and butter between the legs. I'm probably not going to hit no Professor Ryan Cox type stuff, so, you know, we try to just keep it simple when we're on the infield.
Keep the 3-star trick plays for the outfield.
Exactly, that's the move.
Stephen Cullen with a ball and a strike. Now down 1-2. Nice slider there from Kellogg. Trying to put up another 0 for the Nanners. This one on the edge of the infield. Correll Prime, plenty of time. He'll put it away. And back-to-back scoreless frames from Nanners pitchers. Hosley, now Kellogg.
Love to see that.
And now Robert Anthony Cruz, you lead us off in the bottom of the second inning.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to keep the mic on for us?
Oh, sure, why not?
Come on.
Hitting's hard enough as it is, but...
All right, Rack, we'll see you in a bit. For now, let's go down to Zach Staten.
All right, hi, Pico. Here's the deal. We want to introduce you to our fire alarm here in Fire Country. Here's what happens. We're going to predict something happens for the boys in black and neon. If it does, we're going crazy here on the third base side. I want y'all at home to go crazy. You need to shake your screens. Here's what we think. Already saw South Trimble make a couple trick plays. We think he's going to make a ball disappear tonight. And South, I think he can do it. Wait. Oh, my gosh. That's South. Can you do it?
A magician never reveals his secrets. You'll have to watch the show and see. That's all, baby.
Where did he come from? Pico, Josh, is there something in my head? Guys, back to you. I need to go investigate this.
All right, we'll keep a lookout for South Trimble disappearing a banana ball. As the Firefighters magician heads out to right field, and Robert Anthony Cruz joins us on the broadcast as he struts up to the dish. What's the plan of attack?
Plan of attack?
Fellow minor leaguer here.
Bro, I'm trying to put a ball in play. Hitting is freaking hardest thing to do in sports, and we got to do it now while talking to you guys. Oh, that's a good take, though.
That's a great take.
Thanks, guys. Man, 2 good takes out of me.
Oh, we're set up for something special.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Good cut.
You know, I was swinging for it, I'll say
That's
that.
a big hack right there.
Yeah.
Still your count, Rack.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I got you. Good blinks.
All right, 3 and 1.
It's got to come to you, Papa.
Deep breath, you're right.
Oh, no. Not the fans.
Not the fans.
You're safe.
I'm safe. Good looks.
How scary is that?
Oh, it's scary, I'll say that.
That's a sprint! Robert Anthony Cruz with the mic on him. Hard turnaround first, slamming the brakes.
Yeah, they were quick with that one. All right, we'll take that.
The inning-winning run aboard, that's only your 6th sprint of the year. I mean, that's a rarity right there.
It really is. Your boy likes to swing it.
Rack, what is it that signals in your brain whether you should stay at just one base or possibly try and go 2 on a ball 4 sprint?
You know, it's not often talked about in banana ball, but you're always thinking 2 out of the box until you see otherwise. So they did have a 1-hopper, but everyone fielded it cleanly, so we shut it down.
Big swing and a miss from Reese Alexiadis, your team leader in home runs with 10. You got to trust the guy hitting .336, .417 on base percentage behind you to help get you the rest of the 270 feet you now need to walk this inning off.
Oh, yeah.
Slow tapper left side. Maxwell on the run in time. And Rack 90 feet closer to scoring with 1 out now.
You guys get to hear my breaths on that a little bit?
Yeah, I did. All right, well, now your team leader in walk-offs, Ryan Cox.
Let's go.
Having an unbelievable 4th World Tour. Hitting .325. Couple knocks last night. Behind 0-1.
Uh-oh.
Jammed him, Logan Lacey, in his first banana ball start at short. Behind the back, you bet. Trick playable wherever you put him.
I did have the best seat in the house for that one, I'll say that.
It's a pretty cool spot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Lacey, his team leading 10th trick play. And now it's up to the former Colorado Rockies minor leaguer, Correll Prime, to bring you home.
See, this is the thing they don't tell you about banana ball. I mean, they maybe do tell you this, but right now I'm rehearsing choreography in my head because I may or may not have a dance with Maceo right here in the center.
Well, yeah, and you know you're running on contact either way.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ball to the outfield, you got to get a windmill from Gilly.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll be running fast.
Ball and a strike on prime time. This one out to right. Trimble coming in. Is going to catch it the old-fashioned way. A can of corn. And Rack a sprint. But the boys not able to bring him in. We will let you dance Sans Mike, and then we'll bring you back in afterwards because I know you're about to break off a doozy with Maceo.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to do my best.
Okay, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Good luck.
Best of luck there, Rack.
Thanks, guys.
Here we go, folks. A dance made famous by the wonderful television show Drake and Josh. You saw the beloved brothers pull this off in a dance competition. And now Rack with the Savannah Bananas dancing first base coach Maceo is going to pull it off. Rack, I believe, is playing Drake. Maceo playing Josh. Can't wait to side-by-side this afterwards and see what percentage these guys were able to hit steps-wise.
Look, you've got 2 of the perfect guys that could possibly do this dance. Maceo recently on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And Robert Anthony Cruz, a guy who was doing competitive gymnastics as a child growing up. So, very flexible guy and knows how to make that body work, as you see right there.
We lost the mic. I mean, that just had to be a given. We really should have seen it coming. With all of the boogieing that Rack pulled off, the technology was going to go flying. Now he's got to head out to left. Luckily, DR has his glove for him out there. That's a good teammate. And Third inning of action, third man on the mound for the Nanners. From Hosley to Kellogg to Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, the 8-year Banana will take over.
Yeah.
And try and keep the shutout going. Rack still taking off his batting gloves out and left. As we look at the numbers for Kyle.
The 8-year Banana on the bump for the 15th time this year. He tore his meniscus in mid-March in Tampa Bay. But Lewigs has come back very strong, averaging 3 outs in 4 minutes and 2 seconds since May the 2nd.
Bottom 2 in the order, Noah Bridges, younger brother to Zachary. Then South Trimble, and at the top, Joe Lytle is lurking. Cowboy Kyle continues to evolve as a pitcher across his extensive tenure here in Banana Land. Rack, when you came in last year in your first campaign as a Nanner, Cowboy Kyle was throwing primarily very over the top. He'll break that out once in a while, like on a bender right there. But he's throwing a lot more three-quarter. How interesting has it been seeing him tinker with his stuff?
Oh, Kyle's just a seasoned veteran. Like, the guy knows how to pitch. I obviously haven't pitched too much this year, but he's had a lot of really helpful insight for me in the few innings that I've seen on the mound. Kyle definitely knows what he's doing, and it's been fun to see him adapt his game as banana ball is ever changing.
That's going to be a slider for called strike 3. Noah Bridges, former Nanners teammate of Lewigs, back to the dugout.
Rack, you talked about how Kyle Lewigs very, very familiar with playing the game of banana ball. Last year when you were in your rookie season, who were the guys you were trying to soak up all the banana ball information from?
Well, definitely Bill Leroy. I mean, the guy just has been around the block and really knows what he's doing. In addition to that, EJ. I mean, Eric Jones is a fantastic hitter, and I love talking hitting with him. So definitely Eric Jones as well.
Here's South Trimble, the right fielder. Grew up about 3 hours down the road in Virginia Beach. This is as close as we will come to his hometown, and he gets to be the Dunkin' Donut batter of the game if he strikes out. Donuts for the full capacity crowd. That one just missed the outside corner. Rack, you had that wide. Yeah, he's got the best view in the house out in left field. Chopper to Cox between the legs. And fancy footwork from Corral Prime for out number 2.
The consistency that banana ball infielders show, like, never ceases to amaze me, man.
Yeah, we had the We Got Ice guys here yesterday, and they were mind-boggled, just blown away by the trick play practice.
Dude, it's like, I mean, it's one thing to just field the ball normally. Like, my whole career, I was an infielder. And I feel like fielding percentage-wise, like, if banana ball infielders rival that of professional baseball players while doing trick plays, I never would have thought something like that was possible a couple of years ago. It's so fun to see how this game's evolved.
Just gets better and better as the game ages. Joe Lytle past the stabbing attack of Lewigs. Under the leg toss on the run. Jackson Olsen not in time. Lytle busting it down the box. Busting it out of the box, rather, down the line. Beats the wrap. We'll see if the fans pull the challenge. Looks like your coaches do not want to pop the confetti yet. Third inning, bang, bang. If the call is not overturned, the team loses the challenge. As we got another look up here on our monitor. Looks like Lytle was able to beat the wrap. So a trick play miss for Olsen. Firefighters have had a man on every inning. They have yet to bring one home. Liam Spence singled in the first. He's got a ball and a strike on him. Now, Rack, do you normally use a batting glove under the glove?
Absolutely not.
I did not think so.
Yeah, no, this was adapt and improvise over tough situation.
Just able to evolve with the circumstance.
That's
I
right.
love it.
And I'm still holding this one in my right hand. I don't know what to do with it. I got this monitor in my pocket, so we're just gonna hold this for now.
How can you incorporate that into a trick play?
Oh, oh my goodness, I'll have to think about that one.
All right, you chew on that. Liam Spence turns on this. Deep to left and foul. Had the distance, not the direction. Deuce is wild. And another foul ball, another chance for the fans.
Yeah.
Barehanded snag, what a beautiful catch. Liam Spence fouls out to the fans. Rack, you did it twice in one game in Cincinnati. How bad does it feel?
It feels bad, man. It feels bad. There's no other way to put it.
I love it. Appreciate the time. We'll check in with you in a little bit. And for now, get it down to Jolie Chabala on the field.
United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. Look around. That's enough to fill Nationals Park 10 times. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Shear family. Every day, 700 children and teens will enter foster care with the clothes on their back and a trash bag full of their belongings. Rob entered foster care as a teenager and at 18 was homeless with that same trash bag. After high school, he graduated high school and served in the military and then decided to give back to the foster care community as a foster parent. Rob and Reese have been foster parents for 16 years and adopted 5 children into their family. Now Rob runs a nonprofit that gives back to the foster care community by providing bags and essential items to children in care. In total, this organization has donated 260,000 bags across the United States. Fans, please help us celebrate and welcome to the field the Shear family for making a difference in the foster care community.
A special moment, over 41,000 fans on hand to give a huge round of applause to the Shear family. Another thank you to the superheroes in the foster care community. We will be back in a little bit. YouTube, we never leave you folks. But hey, 2.5 minutes, check that, 2.5 innings, uninterrupted Banana Ball on ESPN2. The pluses of ESPN and Disney fires me up. That's how you start a night, Josh.
And quick Banana Ball at that, with a lot of trick plays and some foul outs to fans as well. I mean, this is hitting all the quintessential notes that you're hoping for.
This has been a phenomenal game so far. I hope you're having a blast with us at home. Harper G, of course we can see your chat. Now, the game moves very quickly. There's a lot of bells and whistles, so we don't see every message, but we pop in when we can. Ritz says, in Banana we trust. Couldn't have said it any better myself.
It's just a blessing, you know, to be in this position. I'm just honored because my family's full firefighters to do this. It means a little bit more to me, but it actually feels like we're changing something in the world.
The 7-year man in Banana Land. 5.5 with the Nanners. This is now year 2 with the Firefighters. Christian Dearman takes over on the bump for Austin Temple.
Pitching in his 4th Banana Ball World Tour, he was brought over to the Firefighters from the Bananas last season to help lead this team alongside Noah Bridges and Matt Wolf.
Looks like Dalton Malden and company are going to kick off the last of the 3rd inning in style. The Bananas squad split between 1st and 3rd base. Coming down the lines, Eric Jones Jr. is the man due to swing it, as you can see. And not a betting man, but if I were, I think we're about to get line danceable. Should have put the life savings on it. EJ here in his 4th World Tour. Former Minnesota Twins and Seattle Mariners minor leaguer. Great numbers in affiliated ball as well. But wasn't delivering the metrics that the teams wanted. So released, the 10 out of 10 human being, got brought back by the Mariners in 2022 as their bullpen catcher. Was a key part of one of the best bullpens in all of baseball, and the Mariners ending their playoff drought. They had that miraculous wild card series against the Blue Jays. EJ there for every step of the way. And then the heartbreaking Yordan Alvarez homer off of Robbie Ray, one of EJ's good buddies, that ended that run in Houston. Eric Jones Jr., pride of Charlotte, North Carolina. The Savannah Bananas all-time home run leader. Behind the ball in 2 strikes to Mr. Electric.
And he's posted really sensational numbers in Major League Parks, batting .348 with 4 extra base hits. Unfortunately for EJ, he swings through the Dearman bender, and that's Mr. Electric's first strikeout of the season for the Firefighters.
That was disgusting. Dearman's a kitchen sink kind of cat. And as he jumps ahead of Danny Hosley, see the nasty 2-seam movement right there. He throws 8 different pitches, according to the man himself. Now he's bringing Logan Lacey onto the mound. And it looks like we're going to have some acrobatics, some trickery. What's happening here? A flip for Lacey, the shortstop, a crow hop, fastball down and away. Oh no! Firm slap for evening up the count for Dearman. Hosley, the Nanners starting pitcher, he's moved into the extra hitter hole. Wow, that scrapes the inside corner. Dearman's got his A+ stuff so far tonight.
And if he's continuing to get the call on that inside corner against EJ, he's got to stick with it. And you see Danny Hosley throws in his Dearman, now collects back-to-back punch-outs and is dancing behind that pitcher's mound.
I mean, it looks like he's throwing blitz balls right now. That is filthy. As I mentioned earlier, we had Jack and Zoe from We Got Ice, part of the big John Boy family, here yesterday. Jack's one of the best blitzball pitchers you'll ever see. Of course, Colin Stone of the Texas Tailgaters has to be mentioned in that same sentence. As Jackson Olsen to a backhand from Liam Spence. Nice stretch. Stephen Cullen is able to hold the bag. And a quick inning of work with 2 punch-outs for Christian Dearman.
10 pitches for Dearman, 2 minutes and 12 seconds for the righty as we go down to the young professor with Pass the Bill.
Well, it is really hard to pass a bill. But here in Banana Land, it's a lot easier to pass a bill. We even made a little competition out of it that we're going to run right here and right now, because over there, down at the end of the Firefighters, we got a guy named Bill. And over here, down at the end of the Bananas, we got another guy named Bill. And when I say go, they're going to pick up their bills and they're going to pass them all the way down the line. The first one to pass their bill and get them to home plate gets their bill passed. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Banana Land version of Pass the Bill. Gentlemen, are we ready? Then on your mark, get set, go! Pass that bill. Oh, here we go. The banana bill is moving along, but here comes the firefighter bill. Oh, don't drop your bill. Don't drop your bill. Here they come. Who's gonna get there first? And the Bananas have successfully passed their bill.
Good thing we had 2 guys named Bill in the full capacity crowd of over 41,000 fans with us here in Nationals Park.
I really thought Bill Leroy was going to be involved there.
I mean, if we only found one in the stands, he probably would have had to be a part of it. Cowboy Kyle would have been waiting for... Well, he's got Eric Jones Jr. behind the dish, so forget that thought. Guys, been pitching primarily to Bill Leroy since their freshman seasons at the University of North Georgia. So pardon me for putting Bill back there. EJ's the man with the mask tonight. 3, 4, and 5 for the Firefighters. Logan Lacey, one of the best players in the sport. Doesn't bite on the slider, that just misses. Kyle's primarily a fastball slider guy. He'll work in a changeup from time to time. That one demolished, foul. Lacey grounded out to short his first time. It's tough to keep him off the bags. When he starts his night with an out, just always seems to rally for a couple knocks, a sprint. Relentless at the dish.
We had 2 last night for the Firefighters, and across his young banana ball career, he has always been a killer of the Savannah Bananas.
Another chance for the fans. This one to the third deck. Caught cleanly. A trap between the hand and a hat. What a snag by that guy.
Well, if there's been one weakness to Logan Lacey's game this season, that's the 5th time he's fouled out to a fan in 2025. Already the most on the World Tour, and the Firefighters started play in late May.
TC3 ahead 1-0. This is the Firefighters' 11th game. For context, this is the Bananas' 45th game of the year. Dalton Cornett puts a charge into this. Deep to left, rack a long run, and it clangs off his glove. And interesting here. For now, we're going to say we got a Cornett double. Left field umpire Tim Johnson made an emphatic call that the ball was foul. Third base umpire Eric Goldstein may have disagreed. Cornett staying put at second for now. Vincent Chapman, the crew chief, going to try and clean this up. Another look, that's a fair ball.
That's a fair ball.
It's tough call to make, deflection off the glove. Cornett's going to head back towards the box, but the Firefighters should be challenging this. You can challenge a fair foul call. You can also challenge safe out or catch no catch in banana ball, and we are now officially in a challenge.
That's a fair ball.
We can overturn it.
It's a fair ball.
We get a minute on the clock. We don't need 1 second of official challenge time. Let's flip this call. Cornett should have his second double of the tour, and he will.
Is overturned. It is a fair ball.
Rack ran a country mile on that. The entire Bananas outfield playing Cornett to pull. Would have been a heck of a catch, having to slam the brakes with limited foul territory down that line. Now Dakota McFadden takes a heater in there for strike 1. He smoked the ball into left center. Nice defensive play by Cruz. Prevented D-Mac from getting extra bases. Foul tips the slider into the glove. He's behind 0-2. That is a beautiful pitch and a heck of a take. Lewis does not get the call from Chapman. From 0-2 to 2-2. Slow tapper, foul. We'll do it again.
Well, Kyle's wisely pitching carefully to Dakota McFadden, who last season in the Firefighters' second game in franchise history hit the first home run in team's history against this man on the pitcher's mound.
Fouled back, another chance for the fans. Not caught. That had some chutzpah on it. D-Mac is the first man to ever be signed as a professional banana ball player. That was back for the One City World Tour in 2021. Here he still is in 2025. Wow! What a barehanded grab on the run, Jackson Olsen. Remarkable trick play. Cornett heads up, tags from second to third.
Jackson Olsen in disbelief. I don't even think he is... I think he's surprised that he wound up catching that ball, just reaching out grabbing it over his head. You see the look of shock from Gage Voorhees, but while Olsen was celebrating, running around in shallow right field, Cornett, a wise and quick tag up to third base.
The Firefighters with a runner on third for the second time tonight. They scored 2 runs in the first last night, a run in the second, and then were blanked third through the ninth, which means they are looking at 10+ straight innings without scoring a run against this Bananas pitching staff. Zachary Bridges behind 1-2. Struck out swinging against Ryan Kellogg in the first.
Entering tonight's game, the Firefighters have the lowest team earned run average in Banana Ball at 4.43. The only problem, the offense has not backed them up as they enter with a 224 team batting average this season and a 623 OPS.
Cowboy Kyle got the full capacity crowd clapping and then spiked one. Not the best pitch of the night from my roommate here in DC. The fans back in it. Foul straight back. Zachary Bridges has prolific power. His 2 hits this year, a double and a home run. Wow, slider just misses the low inside corner. Count is full. This is where Banana Ball is so tough for pitchers. Ball 4 here scores a run for the Firefighters. The payoff. There it is. It's the first ball 4 sprint allowed by Bananas pitchers tonight. It pushes in a run. Kyle thought he had the strikeout. Misses with the gas. And now Dalton Cornett, the man who scored the run. Look at little James Brown. Kid's feeling good. I don't blame him. Firefighters break their 10-inning scoreless streak in style.
Well, you could hear it from the fans before Cowboy Kyle's payoff pitch, booing Vincent Chapman behind the plate, thinking that should have been strike 3. Kyle Jackson over at third base for the Bananas as well was quick. He was ready to hop off the diamond and get ready to swing the stick for his ball club.
Well, KJ will be due up second in the bottom half of this inning. So far, the Bananas need 1 run to deny the Firefighters a point. The boys in black and yellow would like some insurance. Jason Maxwell, a ball and a strike. Ron Franklin taken off for second, and that one, I think it plunked Maxwell. No call here from Vincent, though. Vincent is not going to declare a dead ball. That's okay. Clearly, the ruling is that Mason was plunked. And now 6 Firefighters out of the dugout. They are going to pull their third baseman all the way at first base. A 390 with a brand new take. Another look. Yeah, that one clearly bounces off one of the cleats of Maxwell. Vincent just admiring the view. Two on, 2 down. Wow. Generous strike call against Stephen Cullen. He lines this out to right. Danny Hosley freshly inserted defensively. Aces his first test in right field. And the Bananas need 1 run to tie the inning, 2 runs to turn it on its head. We'll see how it goes right after this.
Everybody, up on your feet. Everybody get on up. It's time for a very important Banana Land tradition. Because I also need your hands up in the air, hands way up in the air, because it's time for a great big hey baby. All right, let's clap it out. Here we go. And I want you guys to sing as loud as you can. Here we go. That's pretty good, but let's get a little louder now.
shuffle it out.
All right, get ready. One more time.
YouTube, it's still just us. But we'll be joined by the ESPN crew. 10 seconds. What a scene here in the district in the middle of the fourth inning. A timeless banana ball tradition we call Hey Baby. Full capacity crowd of over 41,000 fans on hand with players, cast and crew alike. Here in Banana Land, getting up out of their seats, moving it and grooving it. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, Javon Ray, the second man out of the pen for the Firefighters. He has a one-run lead, trying to give the guys a one-point lead.
This is the rookie campaign for the former University of Tennessee and Georgia Southern righty, who's leading the team with 5 ball four sprints, but he's countered that with 6 strikeouts on the mound. But we saw him cover 3 innings against the Texas Tailgaters that included the fastest of his career, a 1-minute and 36-second frame.
That was last weekend in Richmond, Virginia. First ever Firefighters headliner games. They split the 2-game set against Banana Ball's newest team, the Texas Tailgaters. And now Ray behind 3-1 against DR Meadows, the Nanners' leadoff hitter. The doctor flew out to start the ball game. Nice trick play by South Trimble in right. DR ready for a payoff. Slow tapper, Ray off the mound. And over to first in time to get the speedy Meadows. Nice start to Javon's night.
Yeah, exactly what he was looking for. He didn't want to issue the sprint to a speedy man in DR Meadows who could have possibly gotten up to second base. Instead puts it over the strike zone. Meadows, not known for his power, chops it back to Ray, and he fields his position well.
KJ fouls one. Oh man, Ian Schrift almost made a nice play and ended up deflecting to Kyle Perry, who is still on the mend after getting his appendix yanked out of him in Anaheim a few weeks ago. KJ with a nice poke. This is going to be extra bases. Tracking it down is Dalton Cornett. And fires it in. A stand-up double for Kyle Jackson. Inning tying run in scoring position.
Next up for your Savannah Bananas, number 19, Dan Oberst. Escorting him to the plate, Nationals Park, let's give it up for the 316th Wing EOD Squad, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland. We thank you for all you do.
What a crew to escort Dan Oberst up for his second trip to home plate tonight. His first ended with a foul out to a fan. Malachi Mitchell, the designated runner for the Bananas, pinch running for Kyle Jackson. That is a fascinating managerial decision. KJ runs really well and would have represented the inning tying run. That one gets past Maxwell at third, and Flash is going to come on in to score. Oberst will take his spot at second. That denies the Firefighters a point, and now the inning-winning run in scoring position.
Now that's likely a play where Kyle Jackson would have scored anyways, but the Savannah Bananas did not want to put themselves in a position where they were trailing through 4 innings in this contest. That's why they decided to go to the designated runner, Malachi Mitchell. And now the inning in the hands of Robert Anthony Cruz, who has the opportunity to collect the first walk-off and point for the Savannah Bananas tonight.
Ahead 1-0. Bouncer grabbed by Cullen, who's going to bounce it between the legs. Grabs the trick play rack, hustling down the line. Worked a sprint his first time. He was the only banana to reach base across the first 3 innings. For the Firefighters, we trade the out for Oberst advancing 90 feet closer to winning this inning for the Nanners. Now Ray's got to get through Reese Alexiadis, one of the best bats in the sport. Savannah 5-pitch guy, a couple different fastballs, circle change, curveball, the slider you just saw, and that one all the way to the backstop. Here comes Oberst. No throw from Bridges. A wild pitch to walk it off for the Nanners. And they lead 1-0. How about Dakota Stilts Albritton, the pride of Ellaville, Georgia. Outside of playing banana ball, nothing he loves more than fishing. He had a foam ball on that thing. Ended up sending it about 10 rows deep. Another look at the wild pitch that won the 4th inning for the Nanners. They have now scored 5 unanswered points across these 2 games in DC. And let's get it down to Robert Anthony Cruz for a special broadcast-only promo.
Ladies and gentlemen, being a Savannah Banana, we are on the road all the time. So we always got to see how light we can pack, make sure we don't spend too much money on those check bags. For today's promo, we have 4 young ladies here who appear to have packed very lightly. In fact, it is just themselves in the suitcases. They're going to have to race across the airport to that finish line in order to win this challenge. And I'm not going to lie to you, they're kind of freaking me out a little bit with the way that they look, but they are hopping their way all the way across. Looks like Pink Shirt Girl has got quite the lead. We got another method here in the back, rolling. Here they come to the finish line. Oh, it's close. Oh, we have a victory for Pink Shirt Girl. She would fit right in here with the Savannah Bananas. That's the lightest I've ever seen somebody pack. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to go play left field. Cheers.
You do that, Rack. Thank you so much for the call. Wow, photo finish. Impressive stuff. Someone's now got to get Robert Anthony Cruz his glove. DR did it for him a few innings ago, didn't get the memo here. I thought maybe Reginald Horton, who runs across your screen for a blip, might have the leather, but no, he was just keeping our umpires hydrated. But shout out KP, second shout out in 2 innings, Kyle Perry. Making himself useful while he continues to heal. Bottom 2 in the order for the Firefighters. Noah Bridges and South Trimble. Joe Lytle at the top, 2 up third. That one deflects off of Kyle, barehanded by Cox over to first. And a wild throw. Good bounce though for Prime. Now Bridges is going to be in a pickle. No one's covering first. He gets back safely. One of the weirder plays you'll ever see. When it's all said and done, I think it's going to be an infield single.
Yeah, single in the scorebook from Bridges. Just a play that looks like Kyle went through Kyle's legs. A tough one for him to make on the mound. And then Bridges, a very aggressive turn, realized that he was going to be a dead duck at second and really lucked out with nobody back covering first base. Somewhere Cowboy Kyle likely should have been.
Lewis jumps ahead of Trimble, who grounded out to short his first time. Trick play by Ryan Cox on that one. And now with the ball and a strike, Vincent Chapman says home plate's a little too dirty. I'm going to dust it off. In the meantime, probably going to spend about 20 plus seconds dancing. Off camera, stupendous catch of the mask toss by our director of entertainment, Zach Frangelo. Basket catch on the run. Now he returns the favor right back to Vince. Can't teach field and athleticism like that.
I mean, we talk so often about Maceo doing the choreography for the Savannah Bananas. At some point, I think Vincent Chapman's going to get to lead them in some capacity.
Another chance for the fans. That one clanks right off the chest the kid in the Bill Leroy jersey. Another life for South. Bridges was off on the pitch. He'll take off again. Great jump. Throw from EJ. Never stood a chance. That was a perfect throw. And Noah just able to keep that left foot on the bag. That is his team-leading 3rd stolen base.
Well, that's always been the calling card across Noah Bridges' baseball and now banana ball career. Elite speed, a great arm as well. The bat still coming around, and this one skewed back to Kyle Lewigs. He picks it, checks on Bridges, and then throws on to first to retire South Trimble.
I think he could have put a little more mustard on that throw to Prime. I think that was like 93 on the gun. Maybe a chance for a trick play, decides to get the shutout. An important first out with a runner in scoring position. And back to the top of the order we go. Joe Lytle golfs this one deep out to left center field. Rack with a big call and the catch. And no trickery, doesn't want Bridges to tag up to third. That was a perfect throw. Here comes Tyler Gillum. What do you got for us, Gilly?
Now coming to pitch, the world's tallest pitcher, Dakota Stilts. Oh, Britton.
Well, Stilts comes to the mound. Let's hear from the man himself about his banana ball journey.
In the right place at the right time, and it started up in a whole different, new, better way. So this is all just something I could never imagine to happen to a little small town guy like me.
Always a pleasure to hear the eloquent Dakota Stilts All-Britain talk about what a wild ride this has been. This is his 5th year in banana ball.
Started on the 2021 World Tour for the Savannah Bananas. Didn't start pitching until 2022, and now he is appearing in his 26th game this season for the Bananas and has been very effective on the pitcher's mound with his tall ball.
And Liam Spence, I think, is about to get his first career specialty walk-up. Josh, have you ever seen the rain?
Plenty.
Yeah, as have I. Appreciate the Washington Nationals grounds crew. They bring the rain for us, since Mother Nature didn't cooperate. She was a night early, plenty of rain last night. Never saw the folks move an inch in their seats. What a job, Liam Spence. From Geelong, Australia, to Central Arizona College, and then the University of Tennessee, where he was all SEC first team. 3 years in the Chicago Cubs organization. Now he faces the tallest athlete in the world. Gets a tall ball in there for strike one.
Well, this is the perfect man you want up at the plate, leading the Firefighters in hits this season. And Tennessee head coach Tony Vitello said Spence is not going to waste an at-bat. It's a comforting feeling when he's at the plate.
EJ is going to retire his fellow former minor leaguer. And Stilts only needs 2 pitches to get the job done. Manners still lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up first, Super Reese Alexiadis. The Manners, team leader in home runs, is just 1 swing away from doubling their lead. And YouTube, well, the ESPN world use messages from our friends and partners out there in the universe. We get to see the fans getting some free merchandise. T-shirt toss o'clock. Thomas Smith, you're right, that is Superman. Ferret Fawcett, you don't have to apologize for being late. Anytime you can tune into some banana ball is good with me, my friend. Missy says, I just love Reese. I completely agree. Welcome back to Banana Ball Live on ESPN2. We have a live look-in on the Party Animals and Visitors, a rubber match in Louisville, Kentucky. Party Animals won night one. The Visitors with a gutsy 3-2 victory last night. It all comes down to this.
The Party Animals have proved to be Banana Ball's best so far in 2025, but the Visitors, Banana Ball's developmental team, claimed a statement victory against the boys in black and pink last night. And you see Brett Helton and the Party Animals getting up to some of the dancing we saw from Danny Hosley and the Bananas to start tonight's game.
Here's Reese Alexiadis. Javon Ray out for a second inning of work. This is going to be a tough play. Logan Lacey backhanded from the outfield grass. Reese, too much speed. Beautiful Derek Jeter jump throw from Lacey. And Alexiadis, one of the faster guys you can find this side of the Mississippi, able to beat the rap. Fans belting out some Queen. Well, the Niners have the inning-winning run on first. Ball and no strikes on Ryan Cox, the shortstop, who popped out to his counterpart his first time. Lacey a behind-the-back catch on that one. Coxie red hot. It's always been the top tier of the trick play pyramid, but man, has he been unbelievable with the bat here in his fourth tour.
Well, he's 4 for 11 against the Firefighters with a double and 2 runs batted in. Also currently rocking a 6-game on base streak for the Savannah Bananas as he chops this one just foul. Great effort though from Stephen Cullen at first base.
David Pritchett, the first base umpire, had the best view in the house. Looks like it would have been a double play. Good call, though. That was wide of the bag. So Alexiadis back to first. And this could be 2. Spence to Lacey. Over to Cullen. 4-6-3. The Firefighters twist it and eliminate the leadoff single.
Well, that's just textbook defense from the Firefighters. They had 3 trick plays missed, 3 errors last night. This double play, now one of the defensive highlights for this team in the series in D.C.
Correll Prime trying to keep the Niners' hope for a second point alive. He flew out to right to close out the second inning his first time. That's a hot shot into the stands, not caught. No balls and 2 strikes on the Niners' first baseman. Prime, the Colorado Rockies 2014 Organizational Player of the Year. Beloved everywhere he's been. Backflip, Javon Ray, back to the rubber, and the ball to the backstop. Good bounce, though, for Zachary Bridges. Prime, no chance to swipe first.
Yeah, Prime not quite quick enough to try and swipe first base, which any banana ball player can do on a wild pitch or a passed ball.
Good take, count even at 2-2 now. Look out, folks. Golly, nearly got our fireside chatter Zach Staten down there. Another 2-2. On the ground, Maxwell gobbles it up across the diamond, double trick play. Between the leg transfer to a behind-the-back catch from Stephen Cullen. And the Firefighters flashing the leather here in Game 2 in Nats Park.
Second double trick play in as many days for the Firefighters. Maxwell nice and easy, and Cullen another behind-the-back catch.
Let's get it on down. The Bananas have a little something funky for us here as we head to the 6th. So great getting our dad bod cheerleading squad out there, moving it and grooving it. And a dance they pulled off night 2 in Charlotte in Bank of America Stadium, home of the Carolina Panthers. What was one of the, tied for the second largest banana ball game of all time. Over 74,000 fans on hand. The guys absolutely demolished the dance. I think it's north of 10 million views across Instagram and TikTok.
And I'll say, as far as the music goes, everything is within their range. You've got Meghan Trainor right now, but they've done some country, some Shania Twain, and of course we've even seen them do a couple of Spice Girls renditions.
Brad Bond, the leader of this squad, in the center of it all. Pulls them all together. What a crew it is. Lion's share of them former professional wrestlers. What a career change.
And they're even getting a round of applause from the new man on the mound, Andy Archer. The second-year banana, originally from Peachtree Corners, Georgia, who has 1 win and 3 losses on the tour, but has tossed 4 scoreless innings to open up his season against the Firefighters, who were just 2 for 14 against him.
Beefy part of this Firefighters lineup, though, 3, 4, and 5, starting with Logan Lacey. The 6th inning is served up commercial-free by Dairy Queen. We'll be here for the whole thing. Nanners lead 1-0. After taking down the Firefighters 4-1 last night, Bill Leroy with some extended time.
Extended twerkage?
Yeah. You can say that. Archer snags this behind the back transfer over to Prime. And Big Arch with the trick play to kick off this 6th inning.
And it's a trick play that draws the Bananas even tonight with the Firefighters. Both teams 6 apiece.
Now to the cleanup man, Dalton Cornett. That's not Dalton Cornett. I think this youngster's supposed to be here to grab the bat. Forgot what was supposed to happen. Yeah, can we? That's good.
Now he leaves the truck.
Our cameraman had to break the 4th wall, grab the bat, and assist our youngster with the task.
I figured he was going to start to, put it in reverse and drive it back to the dugout.
Put it in reverse, Terry. That is a healthy swing and a miss from Dalton Cornett. Out of Pippa Passes, Kentucky. This is his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. First with the Firefighters. Puts a charge into this. Deep to right. Dalton Cornett. Solo home run. Sneaks it just inside the pole. Second bomb of the tour. And second extra base hit of the ball game for DC3.
We entered tied for the team lead and runs batted in for the Firefighters. Now he is also the outright leader in home runs for this squad. A huge addition after he was a monster with the Party Animals from 2022 to 2024.
Let's get it on down to Zach Staten to chat with DC3.
Almost got taken out by DC3. Second home run in 3 weekends. How good you feeling, Dalton Cornett?
Buddy, I feel pretty good. I got a changeup hanging, and we hit it out.
My goodness, that was unbelievable. We're feeling good down here. Firefighters, 1-0, boys.
That would be 1-0 in the 6th inning. Trailing 1-0 in the category that matters most, points. But another chance for the Firefighters to claim their first point of the night. They pushed a run across in the 4th inning. Then the Nanners doubled it up to walk off the frame. No ball and 2 strikes on Dakota McFadden. Cornett now 2 for 3 on the night. A homer and a double. That is his 2nd run scored. He has scored the only 2 runs for the Firefighters so far in this game. Payoff pitch in on the hands. Cox moseying over, fielding it between the legs. In time. Nobody does it like the glove magician.
He's the first man out on the diamond to take ground balls every day, and you see exactly why. It doesn't matter what type of roller comes his way, he's got something ready to complete a trick play, as you see him field that through the legs before firing across to Corral Prime.
Zachary Bridges takes the fastball up high. Archer will go 4-seam, 2-seam cut fastball. That thing smoked down the left field line, just barely foul. Tim Johnson, the left field umpire, had a beautiful look at it. Neil Lang, last night's starting pitcher for the Firefighters, giving the folks here in Nats Park a little bird bath experience.
Well, it's hot today.
Yeah, it's steaming. Now a 2-1 count on Zachary Bridges. Sure, we'll have to get Neil Lang out there with the super soaker when we hit the Camden Yards on August 1st and 2nd. Archer finishes up his frame with a punch out. Sits down Bridges and will pull off the Hunger Games celebration. Another look at the K. And taking over on the bump for this Firefighters squad, the trickiest pitcher in all of Banana Land.
He is a
with a smoke machine, it seems like inside his barrel. Let's hear from the pride of Joy, Oklahoma himself as he takes the mound.
A pitcher and having your guys behind you, it really reminds me of the fire department. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, but at the end of the day, we all have our role to play here, and a good team picks each other up when they're down.
Matt Wolf, one of a kind, blew us all away when he reported for duty at the 2022 Banana Ball tryout. 2.5 tours with Bananas. This is now year 2 with this Firefighters squad.
He joined the sport for the 2022 Banana Ball World Tour. He's a man who can throw over 20 different trick pitches for the Firefighters. Not only has he raised the entertainment bar for all pitchers, but Wolf is an active firefighter in Oklahoma City. He's a perfect man to help lead this squad, a big reason he was brought over from the Savannah Bananas. And we talk so much about the trick pitches, he still hasn't allowed a home run in his illustrious career.
Yeah, it's a crazy double life that Matt Wolf lives. He works 24-hour shifts in the Oklahoma City Fire Department, making sure that we don't have a fire hazard in the middle of his rodeo clown barrel there. He gets a day off between his 24-hour shifts. Works 13 of them a month. We'll get 4 days off after he completes those 3 24-hour shifts across a 6-day span. So he's pretty much back and forth between Banana Land and 3 shifts in 5 days with 24 hours spent at the firehouse. Really appreciate him being able to figure it out. As Bill Leroy with a rude greeting, an ambush on a liner just foul down the left field line. Bill's first swing of the night as he takes over for Eric Jones Jr. in the 8-hole and behind the dish.
Wolf opts not to go with the trick pitch. There to Bill Leroy, who used to catch him, and Bill's told us how much he really enjoys facing guys that he used to catch for, knowing their arsenals and feeling that he can do immense damage.
2 balls and a strike on Leroy. Now make it 3-1. We also have to commend and thank Megan Wolf for letting us get so much of her husband's time throughout World Tour season. And that's a sprint for Bill. And that's a wild throw from Zachary Bridges. Lacey can't handle it. All 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live. It will gift Leroy an easy 2 bases. As Mason Maxwell, the third baseman, was the 7th and final firefighter to touch it. As you get another look at the tough in-between hopper Lacey couldn't handle from Bridges.
And surprisingly, with the backstop on for the Bananas, they're opting not to try the same approach they had in the 4th inning. and insert Malachi Mitchell, but actually they haven't gone through the lineup a second time tonight. They are not back to the top of the order, so Mitchell actually cannot come in and run for the Bananas catcher.
Danny Hosley holds down the 9 hole. He's got a ball and a strike on him. Struck out his first time. Chance for the fans against the hometown kid. Oh, that cat tried to make the barehanded snag. No loyalty for the Vienna, Virginia native. Love to see that youngster getting a hold of the banana ball, though. Bill back to second as Wolf checks on him. Spence covering the bat. The 1-2. This is a huge spot for Matt Wolf. He has a 1-run advantage. If he can keep the Bananas off the board, this game will be tied. With the inning tying run in scoring position with no outs, it's a sticky situation. The 2-2 now to Hosley. Nice slider, great take. Count is full, and ball 4 will tie this inning. Hosley doesn't offer up at another bender. Leroy will score easily from second. Danny Do-It-All trying for 2 bases. He's going to get it easily. Still needed to touch all 3 Firefighters outfielders before the ball was live. When Danny slid into second, he's got himself a stake. This inning is tied. And now the inning-winning run in scoring position.
Well, this is where you see the difference in banana ball versus baseball. Back-to-back ball 4 sprints can really hurt you as a pitcher. Both guys get into scoring position, and all of a sudden the Bananas have knotted the inning up at a run apiece, as 50% of Hosley's sprints this season have resulted in 2 or more bases. He is uber aggressive.
Jackson Olsen, fly ball to left. Dalton Cornett is going to put it away. DC3, you may be surprised to see him out there. This is his first start in the outfield in his 4-year banana ball career. His only other start that wasn't either in the DH, EH, or catcher spot was at shortstop in West Palm Beach in 2023. But this is a guy across his collegiate and pro career has always played all over the field.
Now coming to bat for the Savannah Bananas. Two-time All-Star and a Silver Slugger for the Washington Nationals. He is the Buffalo Wilson Ramos.
What a special moment for Wilson Ramos, the Buffalo. Spent the majority of his 12-year Major League Baseball career here in Nationals Park. 7 years as a Washington National. And what a cool spot for the over 41,000 fans who get to watch Ramos swing it again here in DC.
And I'll guarantee you, he has never squared off against a guy quite like Matt Wolf, who has the glove knocked away on the comebacker from Ramos, stung, but Wolf recovers and throws him out at first base. Hard contact from Ramos, unfortunately, nothing to show for, but the fans here in Nationals Park do not care. Another huge ovation for their former catcher.
Another look at Matt Wolf able to scramble off the mound and grab out number 2. Takes care of the Buffalo, but the inning-winning run at third. Kyle Jackson at the plate. AJ flew out his first time. Double down the left field line his last trip to the dish. One of the most clutch hitters in banana ball this year.
9 for 19 with runners in scoring position, and has also tacked on 6 ball four sprints, as you see. KJ now ahead 2-0.
Got to get a cookie here. Wolf can't find the zone. He's one bad one away from losing this inning. He can't find the zone. KJ will take the free pass. The third of the inning for the Nanners. And they double up the Firefighters. They now double their lead. 3 innings still to play. Nanners up 2-0. YouTube, my friends, we never leave you. KJ comes away with his 11th inning ender on the year. And Alex Ziegler and company infiltrating the stands to celebrate. Toss it down to Sharp.
Including those joining us on the field tonight, like the 316th Wing EOD, Joyce St. Andrews, Maryland. Along with Joint Base Andrews Fire Department, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland. We thank you for your service and commitment to our great country.
Welcome back to Banana Ball Live on ESPN2. We head to the 7th inning. Dalton Cornett with a towering solo home run in the top of the 6th. Gave the Firefighters their 2nd run of the ball game, but once again, this Nanners squad rallies for 2 runs, topples that lead. They lead 2-0.
And the Bananas have done that 3 times in this series. A key reason why they have been so successful. Won last night 4-1 and are now leading 2-0 through 6.
Andy Archer is going to be out for another inning of work. He's the man, as you saw on the replay, who gave up the solo shot to Cornett. Now he's got 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Mason Maxwell, the third baseman. Big swing and a miss on a firm 2-seam fastball from Arch. 1-1 count. Andy, a guy who started his collegiate career at Georgia Tech after graduating, 1 more year of eligibility. Went to the University of Hawaii. This one off Leroy's glove. What a play, though, over to first. Just in time to deny Maxwell the steal of first. Wow!
A ridiculous play from Bill Leroy, ranging behind the plate to throw off balance and in time to corral Prime to catch Maxwell stealing first. The first time that has happened to the Firefighters this season.
You can only attempt to steal first on a wild pitch or pass ball. With the stone backstop, we've seen it all night long. Those balls really kick back towards the catcher. That one towards the third baseline. I mean, that was the only thing Bill could do to salvage that play. Unbelievable.
And look, Bill has been playing banana ball since its very first game in 2020. So for Mr. Leroy, he is well aware that there's no such thing as a wild pitch that doesn't matter in banana ball. Even with the bases empty, you know a guy's got an opportunity to put himself on base, and you saw the quick reaction time there from Leroy.
Payoff line to Ryan Cox. A barrel for Stephen Cullen, nothing to show for it. He is 0 for 3, adds the line out to a pop out and fly out on the evening. And we hope Liam Spence is okay. He got a screaming line drive from Cullen, looked like off the lower leg. Sydney Neighbors, the athletic trainer for the Firefighters, is checking on him. He's the Firefighters team leader in batting average, and the man who holds down the 2 spot in the order. Very important part of this team that is trying to get their first win ever in a big league park. Noah Bridges looking to spark a 2-out rally. Didn't get enough of it. D.R. Meadows behind the back. Of course. The tour leader in trick plays for outfielders with number 92. And another impressive inning of pitching for the Nanners. Nobody does it like the doctor. We'll be right back. It's just a minute for us, YouTube. We only have a minute before those rapscallions from ESPN join us again. Dang, did I say during that that was DR's 92nd trick play of the tour? I did. Sometimes you just black out when you're making a call. Good job, Biko. Rudy says bow to Meadows. I do every time I see him. Oh, great news. Zach Staten tells us Liam's going back out on the field, and there he is. Beautiful. Oh, and we got Big Rig on the bump. Look out, folks. Scott Thompson, what's up? Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great night in the chat. Welcome back to Banana Ball Live on ESPN2. Come February 9th through 13th of this coming year, we will be cruising once again, this time from Tampa to Cozumel, Mexico. You get to film music videos with us, do karaoke, dance parties, trivia with Josh and myself. That would be Biko Scala. It really is a blast.
And don't forget the opportunity to meet Split, Barty, Bo the Beaver, and all your favorite players on the soon-to-be 6 teams in Banana Ball come next year.
I'm sure Tyler Riggett will be on one of those squads. Nice start to his young Banana Ball career, fresh out of the University of Richmond this past spring and straight into action. Big Rig now gets his Banana Ball Big League Stadium debut. Heart of the order for the Nanners, 3, 4, and 5. Oberst, Cruz, and Alexiadis. Check swing, Dan Oberst went around. Count evens up. Dan loves hitting off lefties. Riggett's a funky fellow, though. 3 pitches, 4-seam fastball, high 80s, can touch 90. A slider-cutter hybrid. I'm going to call it a Clyder. The pitchers call it something else. I will not say on national television. And a curveball to round out the arsenal. Liner past the dive of Cullen. Oberst with the knock. He's on base for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, that's a lesson that Tyler Riggett learns early in his Banana Ball career. Thought he could get the 1-2 heater past Dan Oberst, leaving it up in the zone. Dan's such a professional hitter, able to spray the ball to all yards. Comes away with the opposite field knock. Now it's the former Nationals minor leaguer Robert Anthony Cruz trying to collect a walk-off homer in the 7th for a 2nd straight season.
Maceo Harrison coaching third base, trying to inspire a Cruz missile with his dancing abilities. Tough sentence to get out. Ty Jackson trying to do the same outside of the Nanners dugout. This is not going to have the distance. Dalton Cornett eyeing it up. We know he wants the trick play. He nails it. A behind-the-back catch for DC3, the first trick play in his career.
He spent so much of his time behind the dish, never had a true opportunity for the trick play, and finally on World Tour number 4 comes away with a personal milestone and takes a bow.
A snow cone to boot as we get our bat boy. Wow, whirling dervish. Come on now, are you not entertained? No, don't get too dizzy. That's the most pizzazz we have ever seen from a bat boy. Something special in the air tonight here in our nation's capital. Cornette showing off the athleticism. And now Reese Alexiadis ahead 2 balls and no strikes. He singled his last time up. Healthy foul straight back. And a 3-1 count. Check it, make it 2-2. And now make it 3-2. I would wager Oberst will be off on the pitch. Always have to be careful with the lefty move to first. He stays put as this one is flown to left. Cornette with the call. And he's going to catch that the old-fashioned way. Out number 2. Just check that box. He's got the trick play. What more do you want from the man?
And he gets a hug from Bo the Beaver as well. Even the Firefighters' new mascot is showing him some love.
Bo is hatless after it went flying off of his head during some of his acrobatics yesterday. A fan ran away with it. Someone out there watching Banana Ball on ESPN2 has Bo the Beaver's fireman's hat. Oberst off for second, no throw from Zachary Bridges. Dan got a great jump anyhow. Now 10 stolen bases in a dozen tries on the tour. The inning-winning run up to scoring position. 0-2 coming to Ryan Cox, the toughest man to strike out in Banana Ball. He's plunked. Cox will take a free 90. Little hey baby. Little baby shark rather. Now Correll Prime ahead of ball and no strikes. Fly out and ground out so far on the night for the kid out of Bradenton, Florida. His fellow Floridian on second base, Dan Oberst. The inning-winning run, now a 2-0 count. Riggett prides himself on pounding the zone. He's going to need to find it here. Been a whirlwind ride for a guy who spent time at 4 different colleges before coming to Banana Land. Well, Prime swinging away. Looks like the ball may have been in, but he wants to end this inning with a barrel. (3-1). Prime swinging again. Look out, Maceo. Keanu Reeves matrixes his way out of that. Another look. I mean, come on. Cool as a cucumber. Right back to his feet. Payoff pitch. Lifted to the right side. Foul territory. Stephen Cullen tracking. And he can't get it. Falls in the Bermuda Triangle. Right between Cullen, Spence, and Bridges. And another life for Prime.
Well, I'm just surprised that Stephen Cullen was the man who continued to call for that banana ball, and that neither Liam Spence nor South Trimble wound up calling him off, especially Trimble with all of his momentum taking him forward towards that banana ball. Now another life for Correll Prime and a 7th pitch coming from Tyler Riggett.
Liner right to Maxwell at third. Good battle, and Big Rig bears down. Stranding a pair, putting up a huge 0. Still just a 2-point advantage for the Nanners with only 2 innings to play. Another look at the inning ender. We're heading to the 8th.
Be part of the counter crew, you gotta be strong, you gotta be jacked, you gotta have some muscle. But what good is muscle if you can't flex it? So we brought 3 of your finest citizens that look like they're jacked and that they know how to flex to show them just how DC gets down. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, first up, who do we have?
Alex.
Alex, and how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
18 years old. Let's see it, Alex. What you got? A little tricep action. In the side chest. Okay, give me.
Let's take a look at tonight's smoothest plays of the game, brought to you by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. A backflip catch by Robert Anthony Cruz on the very first ball put in play. And then how about Mr. Ryan Cox between the legs transfer. South Trimble, a pair of doozies behind the back to back in the bottom of the first inning to get things going. And then, oh my goodness, Jackson Olsen, one of the rare barehanded, backhanded catches on the run. Unbelievable stuff. And behind the back, DR Meadows with his 90-second trick play on the tour. Boys have been flashing the leather on both sides. Dalton Cornett getting in on the fun with his first ever trick play just an inning ago.
And it's been a really tight trick play competition between these two teams tonight. The Bananas entering the 8th inning with 8 tonight. The Firefighters with 7 defensively. And for my money, I am still dazzled by what Jackson Olsen was able to pull off at second base. Especially because it wasn't exactly planned by Olsen. It was really a last-ditch effort for him.
Fresh off of a Canes commercial in the break for all of our folks watching on ESPN2. Ron Franklin just a bit early, all the way to the 4th deck. Caught on a ricochet, but it has to be a clean catch from bat to hands or glove. Hot boy Ron now with the 1-2 count off the bench. He's taking over in center field. And a slow roller. Ron can fly. KJ smooth as silk. Nice scoop from Prime on the other end. And Archer starts his 3rd inning of relief with an out.
And outside of the home run allowed from Dalton Cornett, Archer has been fantastic tonight, keeping the ball on the ground. And it's another sensational play at the hot corner from Kyle Jackson in this series.
Long run for Robert Anthony Cruz. He can't get there. Neither could Cox or KJ. So an 0-1 count on Joe Lytle. Back at the top of the order. The Firefighters designated hitter 0 for 3. A couple flyouts reached on a trick play missed, hustling down the line to beat the Rat back in the 3rd inning. And a 1-1 count on Lytle here in his 3rd World Tour, 2nd with the Firefighters. He's a 2023 party animal. And once again, lives to see another pitch after fouling one into the stands. Just gets a piece of that one. Two-two count on the pride of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's it. I thought it might have been seeds. I think it's Cracker Jacks. Classic ballpark snack. Payoff pitch. Yanked to first. Prime behind the back, between the legs. Boofs the ball. Plunks Lytle, who will reach for a 2nd time tonight on a trick play miss.
Well, we've seen Carell Prime try and up the ante a couple times tonight. It still paid off for him in the 1st inning when he had 2 tricks before throwing it over to Danny Hosley. But here it's that final transition behind the back that trips him up. Prime tries to force the throw. It winds up banging off of Lytle, but he'll take it as he's on and the Firefighters try and mount a rally in the 8th.
And once again, it's Lytle's hustle that turns what could have been a trick play into a trick play miss. Such an important part of banana ball. And guys in the field are trying to add some entertainment value, plussing the majority of balls hit in play. Got to be flying down the line. You never know what will happen. This one's squibbed to second. Olsen barehand behind the back. Oh, another doozy of a trick play from the grade 8. This time to take care of Liam Spence.
Jackson Olsen looks like a trick play wizard tonight for the Savannah Bananas. Another barehanded play, but this time a flip behind his back. Perfect to corral Prime for the out.
Logan Lacey will swing it with a runner in scoring position. For 3 on the night, couple ground outs with a foul out to the fans sandwiched in between. Fans going buck wild. Well, Shark continues to break off bangers. A wonderful PA announcer and DJ. 2 jobs for the price of 1 human being. He's the best in the biz, has been here since the beginning. This will be a tough play. It actually gets by Ryan Cox and a stop sign from third base coach Corey Pye. Doesn't want Lytle testing the arm of Robert Anthony Cruz. And Lacey, as he so often does, late in a game, comes up with a hit. Now runners at the corners for Dalton Cornett. Rounded out to first his first time, but a double and a homer to follow. He has scored both of the Firefighters' runs so far tonight. Unfortunately, neither has turned into a point. Each time the Firefighters have scored a run, the Bananas have scored 2 and won both of those innings.
Has 4 total hits in this series for the Firefighters. And of course, launched that home run in the 6th inning off Andy Archer, who's still pitching and cannot find the strike zone on neither of his first 2 offerings.
Cornett swinging away into the stands. This would be a heck of a play by the fans. They do not make it. This one popped up and playable. KJ making an emphatic call in foul territory. There it is. And the Firefighters strand runners on the corners. Coming back, Robert Anthony Cruz is going to be chatting with his buddies in the Bananas dugout. Can't wait to hear from Rack again.
Fans, one more time, don't we?
We sure do, Shark. It is time for another tradition here in Banana Land. I need everyone to get their cell phone flashlights out and their singing voices on. We're gonna light up the sky, and it's time for yellow.
Welcome back to Banana Ball Live on ESPN2. In the middle of the 8th inning, we turned Nationals Park yellow. Fans lighting up the sky. A beautiful scene with over 41,000 on hands here in Nats Park, and we get it back to our favorite former Nationals minor leaguer, Robert Anthony Cruz.
Hey, what's up, guys? You know, I'm here hanging out with KJ Jackson. So, Biko, Josh, just for clarification, are we just hanging out this whole inning?
Yeah, you're just hanging out. Go crazy.
I love that. I love hanging out.
You have the permission to vibe.
Wow. Okay. Well, KJ and I are vibing. KJ, I got a couple questions for you.
Please.
First question: what's like your favorite road clubhouse? Like, what's a slept-on road clubhouse that we've had in one of these big league cards?
Where were we 3 weeks ago? Where
they had the massage chair?
Yes.
Royals. Okay, Kansas. Yes.
That's what it was.
Dude, Kansas City Royals had a massage chair that was unbelievable. Bill Leroy, get your swing off.
Sit down. Sit down.
Yes.
Yeah!
Yes, Bill. Yes.
Go, Billy.
Get there.
Gotta get dirty.
Get dirty, Bill. Yes. Beautiful.
Billy.
Oh, that's our catcher. Bill Leroy, that's our catcher. Yeah, Bill Leroy, that's our catcher. Okay. All right, hold on. Thank you, KJ. I'm going to go talk to Bill. I love you. Bill, get over here. Hey, Bill, get over here, man. I got to interview you. What was going through your head right there at the plate?
Tear the cover off of it, right?
You're darn right, baby. So, Bill, when you're tearing the cover off the ball like that, what pitch did you see there? Was that an off-speed pitch that you just kind of hit off the end, or what do you got?
That was a hanging heater. Belt high, smack down the line for a double.
A hanging heater.
Me and this guy, we do push-ups every day together.
Oh, do you want to do a push-up competition right now? All right, let's do it. Actually, just for the sake of the broadcast, we're going to do like 20. I already lost count, but let's just say
58, 59, 60,
61,
62,
63,
64,
65,
66,
67,
68,
69,
beautiful.
70. Good job, Bill. Back to you. No, we're staying here the whole inning because we get to hang out.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Hey, guys, I was doing push-ups in the booth with you.
He was.
Let's get Ty. All right, let's get Ty Jackson over here. Where's this man at? I need to go find him. Where is Ty? Is Ty in the building with us? No, I think it's just me. Okay, I'm going to interview myself for a second.
Love it.
Coach Rack, let's see here. What is your favorite breakfast cereal? Well, I'm glad you asked. I've got to go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's got to be my favorite go-to, even though I rarely have it. You know what? We haven't got out with this guy in a hot minute. April, got a question for you, brother. Are you ready? What is the most slept-on big league clubhouse that we have gotten to stay in your banana ball career?
I love the Marlins one. I think we had a great time there.
What was it?
The Marlins.
The Marlins. Okay, tell me why.
Spacious, comfy, plenty of space for everybody. We had a great time in there, and we took 2 there.
Spacious and comfy. Let's go celebrate. Oh my gosh. That boy Jackie. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite one. It's literally our favorite one.
You about to continental drift?
Oh yeah. We're about to continental drift. Show us how it's done, Flash.
I call this the Sid slide.
Yeah. And then drift. Wiggle your rump. Guys, that was the strangest interview session I've ever had in my entire life. Thanks so much for having me. I'm going to send it back up to y'all professionals up in the booth.
Robert Anthony Cruz, it was our pleasure. Thank you so much.
You killed the interviews and the dance there, Rack.
10 out of 10 all around. We go to our final inning. Nanners up 3-0 thanks to the Jackson Olsen walk-off double out to right center. This is what it means, folks, to be in our final inning. Every run scored counts as a point. And if we're tied at the end of the 9th, then we will go to showdowns.
Yeah, that's right. Even though the Bananas are up 3 here in the final inning of play, if the Firefighters can tally 3 here in the 9th, all of a sudden we are tied. So you're truly never out of it in banana ball. And the Firefighters also have a golden batter at their disposal. They'll start with 5, 6, and 7 due up in their order. But as they start to get later in that lineup, if they're able to rally, I would really expect a golden batter to be used against one of the Bananas closers, Austin Krasminski.
It'll be Dakota McFadden, Zachary Bridges, and Mason Maxwell due to swing it against the 2017 Collegiate Banana And Los Angeles Angels and Chicago Cubs former minor leaguer Krem, one of the harder throwers in the sport. A nasty circle change and slider to round out the arsenal with that low to mid-90s fastball.
He's 2 for 4 in save opportunities this season. Has a career 3.08 minor league earned run average with 167 strikeouts in 85 games. But for Krem, that firm fastball has been really good. He's just had a little trouble with locating the secondary pitches lately. Although opponents are batting just .257 against the right-hander. He was 10 for 12 in save opportunities a season ago. But one of those blown saves came against this Firefighters squad that led to their first win in franchise history.
And it ended up being Dakota McFadden on the mound to close that game out. Now he's at the plate, trying to kickstart what needs to be at least a 3-run rally. He can't catch up to the fastball right down Broadway. Chance for the fans to get the first out in the ninth. They do not snag it. 0-2 count on the man out of Rocky Point, North Carolina. 1 for 3 on the night. And he can't catch up to the heat. High, stinky cheese from the Chris Monster. 3 pitches and a strikeout to start the ninth.
And he is vibing on the pitcher's mound. Now the young professor has the Firefighters Golden Batter announcement tonight.
Hitting in the place of Zachary Bridges is the Firefighters Golden Batter, Logan Showtime Lacey.
Lacey 1 for 4 on the night. Singled in the 8th. Dons the golden helmet and is ahead 1-0. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. The Firefighters are in the business of base runners. And Krem telling his defenders, don't come in for ball 4 sprint defense. I'm going to be back in the zone. Then he fires ball 4 on the next pitch. Lacey will stay put at first. Nanners get it to all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher in short order. And that's half the battle right there. One of the 2 base runners the Firefighters need to tie this game is aboard.
Well, the numbers said that was the right decision for the Firefighters in terms of their golden batter in tonight's game. Lacey 3 for 5 now with the ball 4 sprint in his career against Austin Kuzminski.
5 straight balls now fired from Krem. Mason Maxwell makes it 6 straight. Does an offer on the fastball down and in. See if Bill Leroy goes to some secondary stuff for Krem as he struggling with the fastball control. Sticks with the gas, another ball, 7 in a row now. 1 more and the Firefighters bring the game's tying run to home plate. Heater at the knees, 3-1 count. Fouled away. Not caught by the fans. From 3-0 to 3-2. The payoff. Fouled away. Good fight here by Maxwell. And a catch by the fans. Are you kidding me? In a huge spot for the Nanners. It's our 4th foul out to a fan tonight.
3 of them have come here for the Firefighters. They have already fouled out to fans more times than the Savannah Bananas this season. A lot of bad luck for this squad. And now all of a sudden they are down to their final out but with the powerful Stephen Colin at the plate.
He lifts this out to right center. D.R. Meadows on the run is going to watch it bang off the top of the wall. Lacey's going to get a wave around. Throw from Cox. Not in time. Cullen up to second. He's out. Disastrous base running by the Firefighters. They gift the Bananas a 3-1 victory, night 2 here in Nationals Park.
A wild finish to the ball game. Colin just missing the 2-run homer, and then when he goes for 2 bases, Bill Leroy fires perfectly to Jackson Olsen to help the Savannah Bananas improve to 6-0 this season against the Firefighters.
We will see you this coming Saturday night in Fenway Park on ESPN. For our executive producer, Yvonne Trezak, our director, Chad Reese. Zach Staten down on the field, Josh Talevsky up in the booth with me. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. It will be an hour-long pregame show ahead of Banana Ball this coming Saturday night from Boston. We'll see you later! Man, solo see you later just feels wrong.
Throwback.
Yeah.
That was for you, Bananas Insiders.
Forgot how lonely that is.
I got caught up in the book, man.
That's okay.
Book monster got me.
Yeah, we got Ivansky giving us a 3-2-1. I'm like, I got to try and get it in for the OGs. We're still here, YouTube. We're going to have a post-game interview with our showman of the game, Mr. Robert Anthony Cruz. How you living down there? Looks like you're tied up in some confetti.
I am tied up in some confetti and tied up with my tongue and my words. But let me tell you, if you would have told me just a couple weeks ago that I'd be standing here showman of the night after going 0 for 2, I would have been like, how is that?
I love it.
But man, boy, did I have a good time. You guys were great. That was definitely a first for me, possibly a world's first, to be honest. But oh my gosh, that was some of the most fun I've had.
Well, Rack, while I'd love to ask you questions, you did a phenomenal job interviewing your teammates in the bottom of the 8th. I'd like to know what you would like to ask yourself right now.
Oh, man. Okay, let's see here. Coach Rack, what would you like to say to the people back home? You know what? I think it'd be on brand for me to give a little message to the kids out there. If you're a kid who's watching this, I want you to listen carefully. Enjoy the moment. I want to give you some advice. Like, so much of my career I spent looking forward to the future. Like, this future time, I can't wait to play high school ball. I can't wait to play college ball. I can't wait to play pro ball. Like, it's my encouragement to all of you out there, whatever stage of life you're in, enjoy the present. Like, don't miss those moments. These moments that I'm getting with my teammates right now are so special, and I want you guys to not miss that. That is where the gold is. The gold is in the present. So that's my encouragement to you guys out there. So I guess it's less of a question that I'm asking myself and more of a message that I want to portray to you guys. But enjoy the present. Be in the moment. Don't look forward to the future so much. And as always, let's grow.
Well, Rack, you've been phenomenal for a second straight season here in Nationals Park. A lot of success for your guys, 6-0 against this Firefighter squad. What's been the secret to y'all's winning ways?
Gosh, man, it's always something different. It's always somebody different. We have an entire squad of guys who just love each other and just enjoy hanging out sincerely. Tonight, we had so many different guys. Like, when I think about the key moments of the game, I think of Jackson Olsen getting the job done. I think of guys beating out hard 90s. That's the beauty of this team, is we got so many guys who can get the job done for us. And I think it's just our team chemistry that really leads to those wins. I really can't even point to any specific instances.
Robert Anthony Cruz, you have done so much talking for us tonight. It's been a blast getting to share this experience, man. Unbelievable backflip to start the ball game. The sprint, the dancing with Maceo, and incredible stuff on Bananas Television. Can't thank you enough for it. Can't wait to do it again next year when we're back in Nationals Park.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Keep it up, stud.
Appreciate you, Robert Anthony Cruz. Let's take a look at what he did to make this happen tonight. It all started on the very first pitch of the ball game. Joe Lytle at the dish. He told us he's been trying to elevate the ball. He elevates it straight to a backflip catch from Robert Anthony Cruz, who followed it up with the ball force sprint in the bottom of the second inning, and then just fielded his position. Look at this, perfect seat on a hop. That would have been a dead duck over at third and multitasking at its best. Interviewing himself while pulling off the third walk-off celebration of the night for the Nanners. You can't make it up.
I mean, you also don't want to forget the fact that he hosted one of the promotions tonight on the broadcast for everybody and was a masterful interviewer of all of his teammates. Again, we knew Robert Anthony Cruz was a really special player. He has proved that since joining Banana Ball in 2024. And it's going to be exciting to see what else that he can do for this squad the rest of the way as they play the Firefighters, the Party Animals, and the Texas Tailgaters.
Offense was at a premium tonight, and now the Nanners are a perfect 6-0 on the tour against the Firefighters as we welcome you inside the booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for sticking around with us here on YouTube. As I said on the toss out from ESPN2, we're going to be back in action this coming Saturday night. Same teams, new venue. Fenway Park, the return to Boston. Yvonne, yep, oh my goodness. Yvonne said Friday night. I was like, God, I'm not prepared for that. I won't be ready for a broadcast on Friday night. Saturday night, yeah, correct. Yeah, he's signing off for the night. Good for you, Yvonne. You've done a wonderful job, my friend. We will be back in action Saturday night. These two squads, again, the Firefighters, they are now going back to last year, 0-7 in these big league parks. Of course, 6 of those games have come this year. And, gosh, it's the offense when it comes down to it. For me, you see this team only score 2 runs across 9 innings offensively, and the Nanners are able to double them up both of the times that the Firefighters score that run. Just not enough to win ball games.
The Firefighters scored 5 total runs across 18 innings in this series. It was really tough for them. They're having a hard time facing Bananas pitchers in Kauffman Stadium and Angel Stadium. They have got to figure out something offensively, whether it's watching tape of these Bananas arms or something. But right now, pitching has been the real strong point for this Savannah Banana squad, and they've got to hope that it'll keep rolling in Boston come next weekend.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what goes down in Fenway. It was a Party Animals victory over the Bananas in dominant fashion last year. So this Nanner squad looking for their first win in baseball's oldest ballpark. That would be Major League Baseball, as we don't want to bring Rickwood into it, our beloved Rickwood Field. But I digress. Another big shout out to our entire cast and crew here tonight. We'll see if this Firefighters squad can patch it up. Last night it was the defense with a lack of offense. Tonight the defense was pretty darn stupendous for the Firefighters. Excellent trick plays as well. They just have to figure out how to hit this powerful Bananas pitching staff.
And again, they keep tinkering with the lineup. You've got to think that at some point Val Perez, Corey Piandri, and Nesta are going to figure out some kind of order that can consistently keep offense going. But right now, Dalton Cornett's really the only hot bat in this lineup. So the guys are going to have to be learning a lot from a seasoned Banana Ball veteran at that.
We'll see if they can get it done this coming Saturday night. Then we'll have a little Sunday matinee in Fenway Park as well. Can't wait to see all you folks there. And another big shout out to Ivan Trezak. Doesn't matter if he doesn't know when the next game is. He absolutely killed it tonight and made my night with that at the end right there. Chad Reese and the excellent crew in the control room back in Savannah. Stupendous job by all of you folks. A big thanks to the Washington Nationals, very gracious hosts, and some really talented folks helping us with the crew here in D.C. For Zach Staten down on the field, Josh Talevsky here in the booth with me, I am Biko Scala. Gosh, you're so right. Yvonne's back. He's back, baby. Shout out Robert Anthony Cruz. How could I not give Rack his flowers? Mic'd up for, like 2.5 innings tonight. Just unbelievable.
At least half the game, to be honest.
I would say, we'll call it half the game at this point. Yeah, I tried to do the mental math, and the math was not mathic for me. But really fun stuff from Rack, doing a plethora of stuff for us on the broadcast. Can't wait to run that back at some point in the future. Until then, though, we'll see you on this coming Saturday night in Fenway Park. And, of course, we will. See you later! Jackie J's right. It's better together.